Your person is emotionally exhausted. They've spent so long numbing their pain, burying their emotions, and staying silent about what truly matters. But now, that silence is becoming unbearable. They've come to the painful realization that no matter how far they run or how long they try to avoid the truth, no one can ever truly replace you. Every distraction, every attempt to fill the void you've left behind has only reminded them more of what they've lost. They now understand that the bond you shared wasn't something that could be easily forgotten or substituted. You were unique in a way that touched them deeply, and walking away from that, no matter the justification, was a mistake that continues to haunt them. Lately, they've been feeling as though you've turned away from them. It's not just a physical distance, they can sense your energy shifting, your heart focusing elsewhere. And they're right. You gave so much of yourself to this connection. You forgave time and again, hoping with each new chance that they would finally see the value of what they had and step up. But each time, instead of truly acknowledging their faults, they deflected the blame onto you. It was easier for them to point fingers than to face their own reflection, and that pattern slowly wore you down. It wasn't just one incident or one argument that changed things for you. It was the gradual, painful buildup of disappointment, watching someone you cared about deeply choose denial over growth, ego over accountability. That moment of realization was a turning point. You saw clearly that continuing to give your all to someone unwilling to meet you halfway was only harming your own spirit. So, you made the difficult decision to pull back, not out of spite, but out of self-respect. You began to turn your focus inward, choosing to nourish your own soul instead of constantly trying to heal theirs. Their inconsistent behavior, the emotional whiplash of being pulled close and then pushed away, created deep confusion and conflict within you. It made you question your worth, your instincts, and even your perception of love. There were times you blamed yourself, wondering if you were asking for too much, if maybe you were the problem. But eventually, the truth became undeniable. You were asking for the bare minimum: honesty, effort, and emotional consistency. And when those things weren't given, you had no choice but to step away for the sake of your own peace. That decision, to walk away and focus on your own healing, has left them in a space of deep regret. They're beginning to see everything they failed to protect, everything they took for granted. In hindsight, they realize how much you meant to them, and how little they showed it when it mattered most. They're now confronting the reality that they didn't prioritize the connection when they had the chance. Instead of investing energy into nurturing what you had, they allowed outside opinions and distractions to cloud their judgment. They listened to other people's voices more than they listened to yours, the one that should have mattered the most. And in doing so, they created layers of misunderstanding and emotional distance between you. Now, they're sitting with that guilt. The weight of their choices is becoming too heavy to ignore. They miss the way you used to care, the way you showed up wholeheartedly even when you were hurting. They miss your presence, your voice, your support. But more than anything, they miss the version of themselves that existed when they were with you, the version that felt seen, supported, and loved unconditionally. And though they may not always say it out loud, they know they let you down. They know they had someone truly special and failed to cherish that gift. Meanwhile, you're learning how to be whole again. You've redirected your energy toward your own growth, pouring into yourself the same love and attention you once gave so freely to them. It hasn't been easy, walking away never is, especially when your heart was all in. But with every step, you're finding more clarity, more strength, and more peace. You're remembering who you are outside of the pain, outside of the confusion. And in doing so, you're rising into a version of yourself that no longer settles for half-love or emotional inconsistency. They see that too. And it hurts them. Not because you're moving on, but because they realize they pushed you to that point. They know that the distance between you now isn't just physical, it's emotional, spiritual, and deeply personal. It's a distance created not by chance, but by choices. And for the first time, they're beginning to understand the depth of what they lost when they failed to meet you where you stood. Even though we are miles apart, I still feel your love blooming inside my soul every single day. The physical distance between us cannot weaken the emotional connection I carry for you deep in my heart. No matter where I am or what I'm doing, your presence stays with me like a soft whisper, reminding me that I am forever tied to you. Please, my love, keep a special space for me in your heart, because the love I feel for you is honest, deep, and irreplaceable. I know I could search the entire world and still never find someone who can make me feel the way you do. What we share is rare and powerful. It was never just about romance or passion, but about comfort, loyalty, and the way our souls blend so effortlessly. You are the kind of person who makes life meaningful, and losing you is a pain I struggle to bear. For me, there is nothing worse than being apart from you. Even if I surround myself with laughter, friends, and distractions, I still cannot escape the ache I feel in your absence. My heart belongs to you, and nothing, no amount of distance or time, can ever break the love I have for you. You became the rhythm of my heartbeat, the gentle calm of my thoughts, and the peace I never knew I needed. I feel truly proud and honored to have crossed paths with someone as loyal, genuine, amazing, and elegant as you. Sometimes I wonder what good I ever did in life to deserve someone as incredible as you, because you never failed to show your care, your commitment, and your support, even when I didn't understand or appreciate it fully. You were my shield in tough times and my cheerleader in brighter moments. Today, looking back, I see just how special you truly are. For a long time, I failed to recognize the truth about the beautiful connection we shared. I was blinded by my fears, insecurities, and hesitation about change. You were the one I had been searching for all my life, a person with a heart so pure, intentions so kind, and a spirit so strong. But when you finally came into my life, I wasn't prepared for everything that came with such an intense kind of love. I was scared of the intensity of my emotions and the way you made me feel. I didn't know how to handle being loved so sincerely and deeply. That confusion made me act foolishly at times, and unfortunately, I pushed away the very thing I needed most. I never imagined I would fall this hard for someone. Your smile became the sunrise I waited for, your voice the melody that calmed my storms, and your laughter the sweetest music my heart ever heard. Yet here I am, learning the hardest lesson, that appreciating someone after losing them is the most painful truth to live with. Your absence breaks me from the inside in ways words can barely explain. I thought I was strong, but your distance revealed how weak I am without your warmth. The quiet lonely nights, the memories of us, and the dreams we painted together haunt me constantly. I realized you were my true love only when we got separated. Ironically, it took distance to make me understand how tightly my heart is tied to yours. Hurting you is the worst thing I have ever done. From the bottom of my heart, I regret every word, every action, and every moment that caused you pain. I wish I could take it all back and replace every tear with smiles. I wish I had been wiser, more patient, and more grateful for everything you brought into my life. But as life teaches us sometimes, we only realize the value of what we have when it's gone. Now I know what I have lost, not just a lover, but my closest friend, my deepest confidant, and the one person who always believed in me more than I believed in myself. You were not only my true lover but also my best friend, my strength, my backbone, and the home I always longed to return to. Each day I hope life will give me a second chance to hold you again, to cherish you the way you deserve, and to prove that my heart was always yours. Until then, I will carry you within me, loving you across every mile, every moment, and every heartbeat. They are coming back into your life in a way you never expected, not out of convenience, but out of urgency, driven by an inner need to finally speak their truth before it becomes too late. For so long, they stayed silent while you were left wondering why their energy shifted. They kept their distance, sidestepped conversations, and avoided dealing with what was right in front of them, the connection between the two of you. Back then, you may have felt ignored, abandoned, or even questioned whether they cared at all. But deep down, they were confused and overwhelmed. Unable to process their own feelings at the time, they chose the path of avoidance rather than face the intensity of this relationship. Now, everything is shifting. They can no longer ignore what's in their heart. They have had a series of realizations that shook them out of their old ways, and one of the biggest is this: their attention and affection won't truly belong to anyone else but you. They don't want distractions, superficial connections, or temporary companionships. They want you fully, honestly, and without games. Whether you predicted it or not, this person is getting ready to walk directly into commitment. They don't want to run anymore. They are tired of pretending they are unaffected when in truth, being away from you has shown them exactly what they are missing. That space they once kept between you has turned into a painful reminder of everything they couldn't express. What they want more than anything is a genuine conversation, one that comes from the heart, where they can reveal everything they've held back. They are praying that this discussion between the two of you will open a new door, allowing you to view them in a different light. In their ideal world, this heartfelt exchange would melt away the anger, the disappointment, or the hesitations you've carried toward them. They hope that by finally explaining their reasons, being transparent, and showing genuine remorse for their past behavior, you will rethink whatever negative perceptions you have of them. They are wishing for forgiveness, healing, and a chance to rebuild what was broken. This time, they are ready to show you their real side, not the guarded version you've known in the past, but the vulnerable, emotionally honest, and spiritually awakened version they've been working toward becoming. They understand now just how much they put you through, and that realization has been haunting them. They have seen you love them through inconsistency and confusion, and the weight of their mistakes has humbled them greatly. They recognize that your patience and devotion came from a place of deep sincerity, and now they want to rise to meet your energy rather than drain it. One of the changes they've experienced during your time apart is the recognition that they are genuinely addicted to your presence. Your energy is unlike anything they've ever felt. The way you radiate positivity, strength, and light draws them in endlessly. It's magnetic. Even when they tried to distract themselves or convince themselves that they could move forward without you, that attempt failed. You were always somewhere in their mind, and your energy lingered in their life as a powerful reminder of what they truly desire. That magnetic pull is precisely why they are now rushing back into your world, not out of desperation, but out of clarity. They know that a love like this is rare, and they refuse to let fear or pride stop them from claiming it. Others around you may also notice the beauty of your high vibrational energy. It is not only appealing to your partner but also to many people who come into contact with you in everyday life. That glow you carry, the one that comes from your heart, your soul, and your authenticity, is deeply attractive. You stand out in a world full of superficiality because your spirit effortlessly uplifts others. Your partner is very aware of this and understands that being aligned with someone of your caliber is not just a romantic experience, but a spiritual one. You inspire them to grow, evolve, and become the best version of themselves. Now more than ever, your partner wants to open up to you emotionally. They want to pour out the words they kept locked inside. They want to talk about their fears, their dreams, and especially the ways in which they want to love you better. They are tired of surface-level conversations. What they crave now are moments of depth, honesty, and emotional intimacy. They ache for those long talks where nothing is off-limits, where both of your hearts are exposed, and where healing can begin. They long for your hug, your presence, your encouragement, and your understanding. More importantly, they want you to know that this return is not temporary. They are not coming back to repeat old cycles or reopen old wounds. Instead, they want to close the chapter on confusion and disconnection, and start fresh with intention and dedication. Commitment is not just a word they are throwing around, it is a promise they are ready to act on. They want to build with you, plan a future, and create stability alongside you. They are prepared to invest emotionally, spiritually, and physically into this connection. Their goal is for the two of you to move forward hand in hand, stronger and wiser than before. Ultimately, their deepest prayer is that you give them the space to prove this transformation. They hope you will look beyond the past and allow them the chance to rewrite the story between you. They understand it will take time, patience, and consistency to regain your full trust, but they are willing to do the work. They are no longer afraid of being vulnerable. Instead, they are ready to love you in all the ways you always deserved, with openness, loyalty, and wholehearted commitment.